Crinkle Crags is a fell in the English Lake District in the county of Cumbria. It forms part of two major rings of mountains, surrounding the valleys of Great Langdale and Upper Eskdale. The name reflects the fell's physical appearance, as its summit ridge is a series of 5 rises and depressions crinkles that are very distinctive from the valley floor. In Old English, crinkle means twisted or wrinkled. Topography. The nomenclature of the various tops is very confused. Traditional guidebooks tend to rely on what the eye sees and therefore focus attention upon the 5 crinkles of the summit ridge. These are generally referred to as the 1st to 5th crinkles, but Richards starts in the north, Burkett in the south, and Wainwright employs both conventions, depending upon the direction of travel. For clarity in this article, the first crinkle will be taken as the southernmost top. On this basis, the second crinkle, also called Long Top, is the true summit of the fell. The only other crinkle with a definitive name is Gunson Knot, the 5th. To the north of the crinkles proper is a depression, and then the outcropping continues over Shelter Crags. In recent times, more systematic ill lists have been produced based upon topographical prominence and height, rather than mere visual appeal. Most relevant to Crinkle Crags are the lists of Hewitts and Nuttalls. These variously list the summit, the first crinkle, Crinkle Crags South Top, and 2 tops on Shelter Crags and Shelter Crags North Top, but exclude the other 3 crinkles. The ridge of Crinkle Crags extends due south from its higher neighbor, Bow Fell. Between the two is the Call of 3 Tarns, named for the small pools in the depression. Depending upon recent rainfall, there may be anything from 2 to 5 tarns in evidence on the ground. From here, the rocky outcropping of Shelter Crags is quickly reached. Beyond the summit to the south, the ridge descends over Stonesty Pike and Little Stand and Nuttall to the Dugdon Valley at Cockley Beck. 2 further ridges branch out from Crinkle Crags on either side of the summit, before turning south to run parallel to Little Stand. On the west, across the marshy trench of Mosedale, is Hard Knot. To the east, an initially indistinct ridge firms up on the traverse to Cold Pike. Between Cold Pike and Crinkle Crags, but generally included as part of the latter, is the further Nuttall of Great Knot. Ascents. In his pictorial guide to the Lakeland Fells, Alfred Wainwright describes Crinkle Crags as much too good to be missed. This is a climb deserving of high priority. There are a variety of routes directly to the summit. Most people climb the fell from Great Langdale, and usually together with all or some of the adjoining fells of Bow Fell, Pike of Blisco, Rossett Pike, and Cold Pike to make a high-level ridge walk which encompasses the whole of the high ground at the head of Great Langdale. The ascent from Eskdale is very good, but that is at least a 15-kilometer 9-mile round trip depending on where in Eskdale one starts, and many people will think that this is too far to back just one fell. The shortest and quickest route requires the use of a car to the top of the Rhinos Pass Motor Road. Summit. The traverse of the summit ridge with its series of undulations is an exhilarating experience for the fell walker. The ridge includes the so-called Bad Step, a steep declivity which catches out many walkers when traveling from north to south. However, the obstacle can be bypassed without too much trouble. The view from the summit is very good. There are airy views of Great Langdale, Eskdale, and Dunnerdale, with the estuaries of the rivers Dugdon and Esquel seen as they enter the Irish Sea. There is a very good view of England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, which lies just 4 kilometers 2 miles away to the northwest. Shelter Crags gives extensive all-round views. Panorama.